Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you've seen my last video about how to become that girl, my realistic morning routine, I thought it would only make sense to make a nighttime routine because that girl lives her life morning, day, and night. And I really truly believe that to set off a good morning, you have to start from your evening routine. So today I would like to show you how I set my evening routine and the things I do in order to close up the day and to make it more productive, to cap it off with more productivity, and also to set me up for success the next morning. So if you're interested in seeing that, keep on watching. Of course, the night starts off when everyone comes home from work, comes home from school. I'm fortunate enough to be working from home, so I do have the luxury of being able to prepare during the day the things I need to prepare in order for me to cook for dinner. So when everyone comes home from their things, from their sports, the kids from their sports, my husband from work, and when I shut down from work, I always have the intent of all of us, if possible, even however crazy our schedule could get, if possible, when possible, to get us all together and eating dinner together. That's really, really important for me. It's really, it really does align with my core values. Spending quality family time together to me is really on high of my priorities. So I'm gonna gather everyone as much as I can to the best of my ability. Although some people, like my eldest, has her own schedule now. It's really hectic. She's super busy. She would miss a dinner here and there, but I do make it a point, if everyone can get together, all 5 of us, to eat the dinner and sit down and talk. Hopefully without our phones, although that's really a struggle because the little ones are really hard to detach from the phones. But without phones, discussing what we've gone throughout the day and sharing just anything we've learned, anything that happened throughout our day with each other. Okay, after we eat, all of us have to put away our own dishes, help each other, and then I make sure before I close up the night in the kitchen or close up the kitchen, I load the dishes. So that runs after 12 a.m. There's a feature in my dishwasher that I can delay the wash until midnight or past midnight so we can save some electricity and water. So I make sure the dishes are put away and washed and running before I go up to get ready to sleep. So the next day when I wake up, midday, when I cook and prepare for lunch, I also take those clean dishes out and put them in the cabinets and drawers where they're supposed to be. And then after that, this is something that I've learned throughout time. Before, I usually wait for the weekends to do my laundry and to clean the house. And what happens is that usually piles up. With my schedule nowadays, with all of my 3 kids having sports left and right, I don't see that possible and happening anymore. I'm just gonna die and get buried with my mountains and mountains of laundry if I wait until the weekend to do that. So what I did, I spread things out throughout the week. I find it much easier to break down things into small steps and small time periods. So what I do is I allot maybe 30 minutes every day to load my laundry, put it in the dryer, fold it, and sort it out. So that's my goal for 30 minutes, to do as much as I can and then make sure that it goes from beginning to end, that nothing is left piled up in my living room and everything is sorted out to its own closets and drawers. So I used to follow this person called the Fly Lady, and this is where I learned it from, and her quote just stuck to me. She said, "A load a day keeps Mount Rushmore away." And that is the truest quote I would ever hear, and I am living proof that if you really do 1 load a day, it's gonna make your life much easier, and you're gonna have some time to really just chill and relax during the weekend. You're actually gonna have your weekend to yourself. And then after the laundry, I do also same concept. I used to save the cleaning for the weekends, but I got tired of it. I wanted the weekend to myself. I wanted the weekend for the family. So what I did also, same thing, was break it down 30 minutes a day to clean an area of the house. So when my cleaning usually consists of clearing the area, of vacuuming and mopping, wiping what I need to wipe the dust off, wipe the windows, wipe the walls, the furnitures, and decluttering. Okay, let me take that back. The first thing is to declutter, because you cannot clean up clutter. That's also a Fly Lady quote. If you guys are interested, if you want to get your life, your house organized and clean, go to flylady.com or .net. Let me make sure, let me link it down below, because she's the one that started it all. She's the one that started it all for me when it comes to having an organized and clean house. So I declutter first, make sure I throw out the things that I don't need anymore. I throw out the things that doesn't give me joy. That's Marie Kondo. And I either throw it out or I donate it. And if it's been sitting there for years and I haven't picked it up, it's for sure going to go, because it's just taking up space in my home and it's not being used. What I usually do is I usually have one area of focus for the day, and then if I don't finish it within 30 minutes, I continue it the next day. As easy as that. And until I finish that area, and then I move on to the next and move on to the next. And also, you know, with the back of my mind, also maintaining. I know it's tough, but I try to maintain and get the family together to be in the same page with me, to maintain the area that I already cleaned, so it doesn't become a cycle, and by the time I get back to the area, it's a mess again. So there's also, there's some major cleaning that's going on, and there's also some small maintenance going on, and you're gonna for sure need help with that. Each member of the family should be trained to pick up after themselves. And also, one thing I make sure they know is that every item in the house has a home. Okay, your socks are not going to be in the garage. Your socks are not going to be on top of the dining table. It's going to be either in the laundry chute if it's used, or in your drawer if it's not being used. So after all that's done on the first floor, all the dinner, all the cleaning up and tidying up, we go upstairs to our bedrooms and clean up. So everyone has their own thing. They're old enough already to clean up, but I still do have one little one that I do take care and guide. So I would clean her up, get her ready, and make sure she gets tucked into bed by 8:30. I mean, it's really tough, but I do have a target time be in bed sleeping, and it's not really realistic to hit it every single day. Sometimes we go past it, sometimes we meet it, but that's okay as long as I have that target time, and we try our best to meet it. So she herself have her own sub-nightly routine. So we read, we spend time together, we do our stretching. She has a goal of doing her splits eventually, so she does her nightly stretches, and I do it with her because it feels so good. And then we read a book to her, and then we tuck her into bed. So when she cleans up, I also clean up with her, so we do things at the same time. So we're hitting two birds in one stone, and I just feel ready and clean and fresh by the time we tuck her in, and by the time I do the rest of my night routine. So after she goes to sleep, if I'm lucky enough and she does go on time at 8:30 p.m. or around 9, I do prepare the clothes for the next day. I prepare her clothes, I prepare my clothes, and I also, around this time, I also prepare my husband's lunch for work the next day. So at this chunk of time, it's my preparation for tomorrow, so everyone is ready to go. The reason I do this is because when I didn't have enough good quality sleep that night, the next day is just a drag, and I don't enjoy preparing when I am not feeling well. I didn't get that good full 8 hour of sleep, and it's just so unmotivating for me. So that way, if I prepare the clothes, especially for me when I plan to work out the next day, if I plan all my workout clothes ready for next day, that sets me up for success. There's no excuse. I'm not going to be dragging myself to go to the gym. My workout clothes are ready, and I am going to wear it the next day, and I am going to work out. So that's the intent for that one. The minute my feet hit the floor, I'm up and running and ready to get dressed the next day. And it really feels good to dress up. Even if you're working from home, I'm working from home, I still try to get out of my PJs to wear outside clothes, and maybe if I have time, put some makeup on and fix my hair just to get myself ready for the day. Because if I'm in my pajamas the whole day, I just feel, slouchy and unmotivated and unready. Part of that preparation for the next day is to also plan my to-dos, so I know what I'm going to tackle for tomorrow. I'm up and ready. Once I get done and prepared and fixed, I am ready to do whatever I need to do for the next day, and I make sure that I don't miss anything. So I do plan my to-do list, and I am just ready to check them off for the next day. So after that's done, I do stuff for myself, and I do have my wind down routine. So I know that my body is getting ready for bed, and I'm preparing myself for bed and ready to go to sleep. So go through the journal that I wrote that morning and reflect on it. So in the morning, my journal consists of intentions I set for the day, and my gratitude journal or my to-do list and my goals. And then I look back at it at the end of the day and reflect on it. Did I complete all of my to-do lists? Did I set my intentions right? And was I able to execute them? And what are the lessons learned from that day? So the ultimate plan is to really sleep around 10 p.m. and so I can get enough hours of sleep, maybe 7 to 8 hours. And sometimes I need some work to make that happen, because let's be realistic. I have a full-time job. I'm a mom of 3, and I am trying to do some side hustles as well. Sometimes you need to steal some time from sleep in order to do these things. But on those days, I'm always striving to get enough quality sleep. So if you're like me and you're having a hard time just slowing your racing brain by the end of the day, you're gonna have to do some hacks in order to make sure that you are in bed on time, getting good quality sleep in preparation for a more productive day the next day. So my first tip is I started the day with meditation and gratitude to be able to ground myself and be present and set off the day right. And my tip is to end the day right, to calm your body and yourself. You also could use meditation as a tool in order to do that. So you need to be relaxed. You need to calm your brain and physically your body, and meditation is just the best tool to do that. My advice is the intention for meditating is not to empty your thoughts. That's just impossible. Our brain is not programmed to do that. The intention is bring yourself back to the present moment and be able to feel the present moment. And when your brain starts to wander in different places and different times, the intent is to be able to bring it back to the present moment and be yourself, be your body for that specific moment. And my next tip is to darken up your room. If you have black curtains, use them. Close your curtains. Make sure no light is creeping into your bedroom. Turn off your lights. If you need to put some eye mask on, do it. Turn off all the devices and get yourself ready for sleep. So what light does is inhibits the creation of melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that helps us go to sleep. And if your body, your eyes, you see a light around you, it kind of inhibits that melatonin from secreting. So that doesn't help you with sleep at all. And my next tip is your room, your sanctuary for sleep should be a no activity zone. So the TV should be turned off, your devices should be turned off. I am super guilty with not turning off my phone and having it right next to me, just because. But to my credit, I don't use it mindlessly on stupid things, okay? I use it for my own productivity, for my own self-growth, for growing my business, for growing my YouTube, for everything that I'm trying to achieve in my life, for reaching my goals and my dreams. So to my defense, that's what I'm using it for. But if you're just not using it for good reasons and just useless reasons, I suggest, and if you want to get enough sleep, I suggest to turn off all the devices, put them away, charge them somewhere else, maybe outside your room, in the kitchen, somewhere you're not going to reach for it. And if you use it as an alarm, maybe use an actual alarm, an actual clock to wake you up every morning, so you don't have to depend on your phone. And since I mentioned the light inhibiting melatonin and stuff, if you're on your device, that light that the device emits on your face, it's making your body and your brain think that it's still morning because it's bright. So it tells your body, hey, there's still sunlight here, it's still time for activities, you can still get up and do some stuff and jump around, right? So, but if you turn it off and you darken your surroundings and environment, it's going to tell your brain that, hey brain, it's time to wind down, it's time to slow down, it's time to relax your body and go to sleep. I have really low tolerance in caffeine, and anything after 3 o'clock of caffeine is going to keep me up until 3 a.m. next day. So don't drink coffee or tea that has caffeine late during the day, so it doesn't really interrupt your sleep, unless you have high tolerance and you can drink caffeine and still snooze off. So that's my that girl version of highly productive night routine with some bonus tips on how to get to bed early so you can set yourself up for a productive next day. If there's anything I missed or I didn't mention throughout the video, please, that you do and you find very useful in terms of night routine and having a good quality of sleep, please share them down below so everyone can see it and I could see it, and I could also maybe try it out and implement it in my own routine. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the